Hello everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. Thank you so much for your time. Recently, Mrs. BVI Classique, the lovely Mrs. Surbhi Hodge-Williams, presented her official WinBVI 2024 song titled Fearless to the British Virgin Islands. She performed the song at a very intimate evening. Today, she's joining us to not only speak about the writing process, but of course, the motive and message behind this very powerful song and what she hopes it will impart to the next generation. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
As the winds start to whisper of approaching storms, it's time to safeguard your sanctuary.
Hey, have you checked your insurance policy lately?
Not recently, why?
It's very important to check your insurance policy before the hurricane season.
That's a good idea. I'll reach out to my provider and get some information.
Awesome. Come son, let's plan for emergencies together. We're gonna include your favorite comfort kit.
Thanks, Dad. That makes me feel safer.
We're packing extra medications and extra batteries for your hearing aid.
And by the way, don't forget my glasses.
Okay, Pops.
Alright, let me see. Okay.
Going on, dog? What you saying? You good? You got truck?
How you doing?
I hear trimming some of the branches to make sure they don't cause a frig when the storm come.
Fair point. I gotta go clean out the gutter them down by me so nothing don't build up. You know how that could go sometimes.
Makes sense. That sounds good. We gotta be prepared.
Facts.
Sometimes we get off track, but that's okay.
Yo, thanks for chilling with the dog today, you know.
Man, anytime, you know I got you.
Yeah, but the place so damn hot now. And you know the old people them say when it's so hot, a storm somewhere out there coming.
Listen, I rebuke that in the name of great God of the universe, okay? Let me move these stuff so they don't cause a problem.
Alright, me want my neighbor window get knocked out and
Facts.
me son.
Remember, we're in this together. Reach out to your community, lend a hand, and shield each other from the storm's challenges. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to pay for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised, we are speaking to the fearless queen herself, Mrs. Surbhi Hodge-Williams, Mrs. BVI Classique. Welcome to our platform. Welcome back, actually, and thank you so much for your time.
And thank you for having me back once more.
Anytime, you're most welcome. I called you fearless because you penned the words to this very powerful song, Fearless, which you recently performed at a very intimate gathering at the Coconut Lounge, Family, Friends, Supporters.
Yes.
You would have performed this song at the recent competition in Palm Springs. I want to talk about this song and how it came about, the inspiration behind it. You wrote it, of course.
Along with Come On, Georges.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so the Win Foundation usually holds a competition along or at the same time of the Mrs. Globe's competition. I decided to enter it simply because, one, I can sing.
Yes, you can. Always known that.
Yeah, I can sing, but I have always sung with groups.
Okay.
Never usually a solo. Not only that, Dr. Arlene T. Penn paved the way for me as well. She is a well-known local artist, soca, gospel artist here in the BVI, and she competed as well, and she won. So I figured, hey, you know, both of us can sing, both of us are from the British Virgin Islands, why not just do this? So I decided to, you know, try my hand at writing. I was part of the group of students who we wrote the BVI High School song.
Excellent.
Yeah, in 1994, myself along with Andre Bratwith and some of us, we got together and we decided, hey, we didn't want to sing this song anymore. Let's change around the school song. Our limitation was that we had to use the same song. So we decided to give it a new melody, which I was responsible for the verse. Over the few years you were taught to the right. I wrote that along with the melody, and then Andre Bratwith took the melody and he perfected it. And then Kamal came years later and he really created it into what it is now.
Yes.
So I figured, hey, I have that background, let me try my hand at it. And I tried initially to write the song based on the theme of the Wing Foundation and the Mrs. Globe organization, which is Reclaiming Me. However, it was a little difficult for me to write the song because it wasn't something coming from my heart.
Understood.
So I decided, hey, you know, what do I struggle with, you know, in everyday life? And I decided, you know, for me, it's fear and anxiety. Yes, I may look brave walking around. I do brave things, like I teach and I facilitate retreats and that kind of stuff. But when I do it, most times I am extremely nervous to the point that it bothers me or it's affecting internally. So I said, you know what, let me write about this. So I wrote the song. I sent it to Kamal. Carrie Nelson Hull advised that I work with Kamal. He's really good with, you know, the concept that I have. And I sent it to Kamal. What I sent to Kamal initially was a poem.
Okay.
And I acknowledged it, and he was saying, you have good voices in here, but a lot of it, you might have challenges using it lyrically in a song. So let's just kind of, you know, let's review it. Let's look over it. And we met for a few sessions. I told him exactly what I wanted the song to sound like, which is I wanted to have a little bit of Afro beats with a little bit of Caribbean sound, along with it being upbeat. I wanted the song to be an inspiration and a motivation for persons who, whether they're going through a challenging time in their life, or they're going, let's say they have something major to do in their life and they're nervous or they're frightened or something's preventing them from showing up as their best self. When they turn that song on, it inspires them and motivates them to be fearless, do it, but do it scared.
Indeed.
So that's the reason, the background for the song.
Wonderful. Well, I'm happy that you took the time and the courage, and you did it. You did it scared, nevertheless.
Yes.
And we have this product. Tell us about the reception of this song. Of course, it was a competition, but what was the overall reception in Palm Springs, when you presented it to the rest of the world? So,
well, I shouldn't say surprisingly. Let me give a little story.
Sure.
So the day of dress rehearsal, I needed to, they pulled me out of dress rehearsal to prepare for the competition. I started singing the song, and I saw Dr. Tracy Kimball, who is the director for the Win Foundation and the pageant. I saw her behind speaking with the song man. And I could see her talking and asking, like, where's the song coming from? Who is singing? And she's looking in my direction. And then she walked up in my direction with her mouth wide open. And I see she was in awe, right? And she came like, I wouldn't say, this desk is kind of far, but she came like, I would say about a feet in front of me. And at that time, for whatever reason, I forgot the words at that particular time. But I caught myself and I continued singing the song. And she was like, that is a beautiful song. And I'm saying to myself, I do have something special here. I mean, I felt I had something special before because I got feedback.
It's validation though.
Right. But feedback from family and friends before I left. But she surely did validate that it was a special song. And feedback at the pageant, well, it was awesome feedback. The women, I would call them my sisters now, they loved the song. Some of them came to me after the event, sharing with me their own experiences of fair and it keeping them back. And, they want a copy of this song because they want to be able to play it when that time comes.
Indeed.
So I did receive positive feedback. Yes, I was nervous, very, very nervous at the event, but as usual, I do it scared.
Wonderful.
And, the end result was that I won the competition. And just to share, 8 out of 10 judges selected my song as the Win Song of the Year.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is amazing, and congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
I want to talk about sometimes we write, sometimes we put pieces of work out, and it's a very vulnerable space when you're sharing your gift with the world. But the message behind this song, I want you to speak to that and speak to the next generation of Surbis who are scared, they're apprehensive, and they're fearless about whatever it may be. What do you say to them in perhaps catapulting that fear and channeling it to execution?
There's a text in 2 Timothy. Can't remember exactly where it says, but it says, fear, basically it speaks to fear not being of God.
Correct.
And that, God has given us willpower to get over fear. What I would tell the young people of today is that whatever your dreams and your aspirations are, there might be roadblocks, there might be a lot of no's, but still plan and pursue it relentlessly and do it scared. I think most of my life I've been doing things scared and not realizing it until I sat down and wrote this song. Like, hey, Subs, you've been doing a lot of stuff scared, but just do it scared. Life is, for some people, life is probably mapped out clear for them. But I know my life has been, a lot of unknowns, a lot of, curves and mountains and roadblocks. Just do it scared, just do it scared and connect with persons who would guide you along the way.
Amazing. I know you mentioned Kamal Georges, the talented Kamal Georges, but I'm sure this process and getting to this point would not have been possible. Not just the song, but your overall presentation at the pageant. I'd love to give you an opportunity, if you like, to speak to any supporting or contributing sponsors or just loved ones who cheered you on.
Okay, so I have so much supporters along this journey. I'll speak initially to the ones that supported this particular segment of the pageant. And again, Kamal Georges, I couldn't do it without him, definitely. He saw, I shared with him my vision and he brought it to life and even made it better. Every time we met, he brought something new to the table and I loved it. Even to the evening of the launch, just like, I wasn't even say half an hour before the launch, he sent me a video of him playing the flute and you experienced
it. Yes, of course.
And it was so beautiful. I'm like, come on, this is beautiful. How can we integrate this into, this song?
Set,
he was like, but he always brings something new and he doesn't end until it's perfect. For that, I'm super grateful. There were some other persons, Brenda Lee Jones. She has been one of my mentors from a childhood. I know Brenda from church. she encouraged me to be assistant choir director. She tried to get me to sing some solos in choir. I really, really appreciated her. She was my voice coach along the way. Mr. Hutchison Dwight, ad-libbing doesn't come natural to me, natural to this generation. You know, Dwight really guided me as to how, you know, I could take the ad-libbing to a next level and to use my natural way of doing it. Also, I have KT Productions. How can I forget Kenny? When I needed a sponsor the most, Kenny came through. It was like, show subs, whatever you need, just let me know. I really, really appreciate Kenny for that. And that's the reason why I held the launch where I held it.
Understood.
I wanted to pour, just like how he poured into me, I wanted to pour back into him by bringing business back to his establishment. Mrs. Di Maduro, she was responsible for the sponsorship of my awesome outfit the day of the competition. Another one just came and asked, you know, what you need. You just tell me what you need and I'll support you how I can. And Miss Hilda of Hilda Fabrics and Fashion Dynasty. And then I have a whole long list of others. I don't know if I can be able to read them.
I'll give you some time, sure.
Great, yes. I have a list of other persons who really supported this journey along the way. I definitely could not do it without them. And it's very difficult to do pageantry as an adult. You know, I find that a lot of the business in our community, they would support young people and children, but when it comes to adult, you know, it's really challenging to get support. And that's why I'm so appreciative of the persons that sponsored me.
Wonderful. Well, again, congratulations on your amazing presentation and, of course, now officially bringing the song back. We hear it on the airways already, which I completely love and enjoy. And I hope that it continues to really essentially be a staple, just like Reclaiming Me, written and performed by Dr. Arlene T. Penn. I trust that this will also continue to be a staple. And remember that we should all be fearless in every facet of our lives. And finally, I have to ask you, what have you been fearless about recently? If you could pick one thing that you've been fearless about.
You may be aware that I have HR consultancy service. And one of my challenges is cold calling businesses and promoting my business. It's not something I am necessarily comfortable with. And most recently, I have my list of things to do for the day. And those things that I'm not comfortable doing, I would usually write F at the side of it, which means fearless. And this is the thing I need to do before the end of the day that I need to get some courage to do. So most recently, I have started cold calling businesses to promote my my HR consultancy service. And the launch, the launch, literally launch has been a fearless act. Again, I am not usually a solo artist. I usually always sing with a group from the time I was young. You know, I've sung backup, even for Dr. Arlene T. Penn for, you know, when she sang Calypso back in the day. You know, really comfortable doing that because it's a group. But by myself, although I didn't look that way, you know, it took some fearlessness to plan it, to sing that song, even though it was an intimate group, to sing that song in front of that group. Those two things.
Well, thank you for sharing your gift with us and your being so vulnerable throughout this process. Congratulations again, and continue to be fearless.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Viewers, that is all the time we have. I want to thank you so much for sticking with us. You have heard it here from the reigning Mrs. BVI Classique, the lovely Mrs. Surbhi Hodge-Williams, and she is telling you to simply do it, even if you're doing it scared. Continue to be fearless as we traverse through these seemingly very difficult times. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Things I